Hey guys, it's RC. I am back with it's a new Let's Play. This one is hopefully going to be very interactive with viewers, and I hope to actually pick up some new viewers with this series that know the game and aren't won't mind helping me out. So we're going to title this. It's a Football Manager 2017. Let's Play. And my working title for it is Help a Yank Learn the Game. So, of course, in America, where I'm from, the game is called soccer. The rest of the world calls it football, and I can appreciate that. So, first off, a little bit about me. I grew up playing soccer in the States, moved around the country, actually won two state championships in the state of Nevada, and was a state runner-up in Nevada as well. Very young, very early levels. In high school, we won three district championships, and were undefeated for the 3 years that we had a team. They didn't offer it my first year of high school, my freshman year, so when it came out as a club option my sophomore year, went out for the team. Was never great, was just, I was okay, just an average guy. Probably good enough to play, club level. And that was it, nothing fancy, no fancy dribbling, no step overs, nothing like that. Just, solid, hard nosed, straight ahead. And so certainly nothing on the international scale, and wouldn't even fake that. Anyway, one of the things growing up, I ended up running into a guy my age. We lived on the Air Force base together, a couple of blocks away from each other. He had actually been stationed in Europe, so he was very big into the Premiership and all the European, all the English clubs. And there was a board game at that time. It was actually a very large-scale football game called Subbuteo. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of that, but it came with a large felt playing surface that you had to mount on a piece of plywood. I mean, it was a very large game, and it was a finger flick game, and we played that to death, and I became very interested. Didn't know any of the teams, didn't know anything about the clubs, but I became a big fan of Leeds United. He was a Liverpool. He was a Liverpool guy, and and even to this day, I don't pull for Arsenal or Chelsea or any of those teams, just because they're the big teams that everybody pulls for. So certainly not jumping on a bandwagon with anybody. So when it comes to players, I mean, people that have played in the World Cup that are world famous names: Neymar, Wayne Rooney, Aaron Robin, Cristiano Ronaldo, players like that. I know who they are. I know what they look like. Everybody else, no clue. Now, my one claim to fame, 1977, I was living in Las Vegas, and the U.S., this was pre-MLS, of course, there was a league here called the North American Soccer League, and there was a club in Vegas that was called the Las Vegas Quicksilvers. They had moved there, and I don't even remember where they came from, but they were a transfer club that had moved over from somewhere else. And they had a player, the Prince of Soccer at that time. His name was Eusebio. So I got to see him play. And 1977 was the last year for a player that played for the New York Cosmos by the name of Pele. They also had Franz Beckenbauer and Giorgio Chinaglia and a few other players that if you told me their names I would remember, but those are the guys that I very much remember. And I had the privilege of a lifetime to meet and talk to Pele for about 10 minutes. I was a very young lad playing youth soccer here in the States, and my memory of that was we met in the airport, and this was of course pre 9/11, where you could walk into the airport and walk into the terminal and go down to the gate and everything else. And I was talking to him. I was dressed up in my in my kit, and who I'm going to try to use real soccer terms here, or real football terms, and I'm probably going to get myself in trouble. So feel free to make fun of me for that, for my ignorance. But I was wearing my uniform, and I remember this guy looked like he was in the mafia. He was wearing a big bowler hat and smoking this big cigar, dressed in a big suit. And he came up and tried to start talking to Pele, and Pele turned to him and said, "Sir, I'm talking to this young man. You'll have to wait." And proceeded to have another 5 to 8 minute conversation with me. We talked for about 10 minutes. He posed for pictures with me, signed a couple of autographs on posters and whatnot, and I still have those in my keepsakes. And lasting impression on a young man that now into my fifth decade, meant the world to me. So, unfortunately, here in the States, I don't get a lot of English or European soccer on TV, and I will call it soccer. I can't help it. so don't bash me too hard for that. But I do love the game. I do have a passion for the game. I actually played, as I said, from the time I was about 6 up through my high school years, and then played in some recreational adult leagues up into my 30s. And at that point, I just became too out of shape to continue to play anymore, and then moved and got busy as well. But so anyway, a huge Leeds fan. I am actually efforting to try to figure out how to find games that I can actually watch. Not the easiest thing to do here stateside, but what got me back into this, I found this game. I started playing sports simulator games in years and years ago. But the first Football Manager that I got, I signed up on the Football Manager forums in 2009. And I basically go about 3 or 4 years between versions, between upgrading. So I had 9, I think I had 12, and then my current one is 14. I went from 12 to 14, and now I swore I was not going to get 17 or 18. I just, I hate the game. I hate the game, but I want to love the game so badly. But I'm going to flip over here. I was playing a game called Motorsport Manager, which of course is similar to, or actually by the same people that do Football Manager, I believe. And I came across this guy, Loki Doki, and love his channel. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen any of his stuff. And what caught me off guard is I was watching the motorsport stuff, and then I found I started seeing his FM17. So I kind of caught up on the Motorsport Manager where we were at in that series. So, my son has cancer. My 16-year-old son has cancer. We've been in the hospital a lot for the last few months. So I've been watching a ton of YouTube, and so anyway, I was looking for something to watch. I loved his stuff. I said, let me see what else he has. One of his videos, he mentioned that Football Manager was kind of his passion and where his channel started. So I started checking out his Flip League. And then from that, I went into the Journeyman episodes that he did, and I'm early in that. I think episode 5 or 6. But anyway, so that's what got me watching the FM17 videos. And I said, and he was just like throwing tactics out there and winning, and I was like, Jesus, did they make the game easier? Is he just that good at it? And so I was like, no, I'm not going to buy the game. I'm not going to buy the game. And I blame this on Loki Doki. Damn you, Loki Doki. I bought the game yesterday. So anyway, I was back at hospital today, watching some of his videos. And actually today's the day I started watching the Journeyman videos. And I said, you know what? He gets a lot of comments on his FM videos, and not that I'm trying to drive up my channel. I actually said, look, if this actually gets people's attention, maybe I can get some of these FM people that are knowledgeable to kind of help me learn the game. And that in the ulterior motive here is why I'm even doing this series, because honestly, I want to like this game so bad, but I hate it. Um, so I said, I got home today, got home about 30 minutes ago, got everything settled in from the day at the hospital, uh, and we have to go back tomorrow, so I've prepped for tomorrow. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start a series just to see what kind of reaction it gets. If it doesn't get any traction, I'll do a few episodes, and if nobody chimes in, so be it. But I figured it could be a way to help me learn the game and get better at it. And what it boils down to is tactics. I think the only time I've been successful in any of the versions of the game that I've played is when I download a pre-made tactic from someone else. And I've never been able to design my own tactic or understand how to put the players in and dial all the dials in just so to make a viable tactic. So that's kind of my goal. I want you guys to kind of help me learn. I don't necessarily I know one of the things over the years has been, hey, here's how to find all the great wonderkins and all the great regens and how to kind of cheat the system. I'm not really interested in all that. I kind of play for the purity of the game and because I love the game. As I said, I'm not going to know, I call myself a Leeds fan. They're the only club that I feel any connection to just because that's who I started rooting for, on the Subbuteo board decades ago. I couldn't tell you a single player except for Charlie Taylor. I did find out that bastard held Leeds hostage and left the team, and I did do a trial run, and sure enough, that dude would not extend his contract, and he was like the best player on the club. So I don't like Charlie Taylor, and wherever he is, I hope he fails miserably. But anyway, besides the point, I don't want to start playing with Leeds because I don't know. It's to me it seems cheating to come in as a rookie manager and get straight to Leeds or Premiership. So I want to start lower, but I don't want to start too low. So I was kind of looking. There was another soccer football game that I played for a couple of years, and I couldn't even tell you the name of it. It was just like a simulator, and you just set your roster, and the commissioner did all the work. The one team that I kind of ran at that time was Colchester. I thought the logo was cool looking. That was the only reason. I had several teams to choose from, but I chose Colchester. So I want to start with Colchester for no other reason than I've played that club in another game. So I just kind of wanted to walk through the setup here so you guys could follow along, see what I was doing. And man, like I said, what I'm hoping is some FM fans will find this video and will be willing to chime in and help a Yank out. I do love the game. It will always be a distant second to American football. Sorry, that's just the cultural differences from England and the States. But at least I'm a Yank that's played the game and has a passion for the game and loves the game for what it is. And but God, I love football, American football, college football especially. So anyway, and we're going to go with Colchester too because my favorite college football team is the University of Michigan, maize and blue and yellow. So we're going to go with Colchester. I'm going to go advanced setup just because I have played the game a little bit. These are the leagues that I have set up. So we have England, France, Germany, the Dutch, Italy, Scotland, and Spain. And we've got a large database and start the game. Yep, that's fine. I think. I hope I haven't screwed up the game already. So again, I'm not really looking for, for hey, get this player because he's the best player out there. Walk me through how to set up scouting, scouting to go find these players, and how to analyze players that I am scouting. Really walk me through the nuances of the game, because that's what I want to learn to where I can kind of make those decisions on my own in the future when I'm just playing, on the side by myself, playing a solo league and not making videos for it. Come on. All right, the other thing, if you guys are going to, if anybody that comes into my channel because of this, first off, read my channel description. I'm just an average guy. I work for a living. I've got a full-time job. I've got 3 kids. I've got one in the hospital with cancer off and on for at least the next 3 or 4 months. Treatment's going well, by the way, and it looks like he is on track for recovery, but still up in the air, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. But the doctors say everything looks like it's going well so far. We're about halfway through the treatment cycle right now. So anyway, I just play games. This is what I do in my free time. This is how I unwind and let off steam. And I decided, hey, if I'm playing the games, it's not going to hurt to record them. I'm not, I don't do fancy editing. I don't do fancy intros and outros. I hit record. I talk to you guys for a while. I video the game, and that's what it is. All right, so here I am. I've put on as much weight as I could. I need to be a little bit bigger, but hey, my hair and beard need to be a little bit grayer, but not completely gray. We're going to edit that profile, though. All right, I do like leads. 4-4-2, 4-3-2-1 is the formations that I kind of like. They may suck. I know the 4-4-2 is kind of a default. Now, in the States, when I played, now keep in mind this was back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, we played typically with 3 backs, 4 or 5 up front, and 2 to 3 mids, depending on how many you had on the front line. So a 3-2-5 or a 3-3-4 was a typical American formation at that time. Sometimes you would have one of those striker positions, the center forward we called them. They would drop back into a like an attacking mid. Those are the kind of formations that I grew up on. I know that they're not the best, and I know that no English team or European team would get caught dead playing something. And of course, that could have changed a lot over the years. I am going to click on here. I think I'm going to add everything here. If there's any of this that I should take off, let me know. Tell me how to take it off. Yes. So basically, I'm going to keep everything turned on for me, and I don't know how to do any of that. So, usually I put everything in the hands of my assistant manager, but I've heard that at lower levels, that's not a good thing. So anyway, I'm going to check everything. If I can turn some of that off, or if I should turn some of that off, let me know in the comments, and then tell me how to go find that in the game, short of restarting it. All right, so there we are. Yeah, we're good there. I do want to change. Yeah, I do want to change this. I think I want to be a tactical. Yeah, that blows. And of course, I'm wearing my blue and yellow because I'm a Michigan fan. I would never wear a tie if I did not have to. So yeah, that's why I was wearing a tracksuit. But I think I want to go tactical here because yeah, I'm just too fat to get out on the pitch with the boys anymore. Let's see. I hear it's cold over in England a lot and rainy, so I probably need to wear a coat of some sort. Now, keep in mind, I live in the Houston, Texas area. Like, a cool day is like 92 degrees Fahrenheit. I have no idea what that is Celsius, like 600 maybe. I don't know. So I'd probably have to wear a coat just because anything under 80 I'd be like freezing. but let's go for something a little more casual. How about that? All right, I think I had already set this up. I've read through this. This is what I read that. That's why I decided to go back to a tactical. Um, Adaptability. I'm going to take a little away from that because I'm already in. Oh, you know what? But I do show that I'm born in the States. I'm coaching in England currently, so I will build a reputation there, but it is still going to be a foreign country, so a foreign league from the MLS, so I probably need to keep that kind of high. Yeah, all right. And I do like a little attacking, uh, tactical, mental, kind of even keeled, I think. So we're going to confirm that. Oh, cancel. Wasn't there an option to choose automatic? Oh, I think it already did that. I think it already did that. Professional player. Yeah. All right. Well. All right. Well, we'll confirm that. All right. Start playing. All right. We're going to save this as the help a Yankee. And we'll save that, and then we'll get into the game. What I'll try to do is I will try to show you what I'm looking at, and then you guys tell me why I'm wrong and what I should be looking at. That might work out well. All right, so 25 years old. Welcome to Colchester. Hey, I'm making 105,000, so I just got a raise. Yay! All right, transfer updates. All right, we have loaned in Tariq Fosu from Reading. And if I butcher these names, help me out, guys. Huddersfield, we bring in Raquel Pike. And we have loaned out Ben Wyatt. I do recognize that name to Concord. I had actually played with Colchester in FM13 before I just got upset and threw it out the window and swore I'd never play again. All right, quite a few injuries. Tom Eastman, a damaged foot, 3 weeks. Tendonitis, 4 months. Jeez. 4 months, 5 months, 5 months. All right, so like half our team is dead. That's great. They're probably our best players too. Responsibilities, they're all set to me. All right, so yeah, help me out here. If I should change any of this, let me know. Here's the welcome. We'll attend the meeting. Great. Thanks for. Let's get started. Yeah, tell me more about the club. I probably need to know kind of what they're all about. No philosophies. Meet the journalists. Yep, let's go ahead and have the meeting. Steve Ball, my assistant. Yep, go ahead and arrange a friendly. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yep, give me a summary of the team. Let me meet the coaching staff. I know where to find you. I think because everything's set to me, I think this is where I can change it to him doing it. So just thanks for my help. I'll reach out to you later. Exit the meeting. All right. Colchester United, founded in 1937, Sky Bet League 2. Are they still called the Sky Bet? I thought one of the leagues has a different name. Oh, it was the Skrill. In 13, it was the Skrill. Now it's something else. I don't remember what, but it's something else. All right, Colchester suffered relegation last year. All right, so they had gotten to League 1, and now are League 2. All right, the Weston Homes Community Stadium. Okay. Good training facilities and good youth facilities, so that's probably good for a League 2 organization. Training ground is Florence Park. The youth team plays there. Average junior coaching, average youth recruitment. Now, every time I've ever played before, I've always turned the youth over to like the youth manager, and I don't have anything to do with it. So again, point me in the right direction there with what I need to do with the youth. I actually like dealing with the youth. Uh, I like building with youth. That's just kind of my philosophy, and probably has to do with recruiting in college football, the draft in our professional sports with a draft. Um, Certainly nothing like transfer windows and stuff, which I'm sure it's as baffling to me as I'm sure American sports are to most Europeans. And I, hey, I can appreciate that. If you're not exposed to it, and you don't, it's going to be hard to understand it. All right, so they were successful in the 90s. Well, that's much better than Leeds, which was in the 70s. But hey, at least it was in my lifetime, just before I remember it. Uh, 24-year barren spell, having not won a competition since 92. 92. Runners up in the third tier, runners up in the fourth tier, runners up in the Checkatrade Trophy, whatever that is, and won the English fifth tier for the only time and finished second. All right, so we've got there it is. That used to be the Skrill, so the Vanarama National League. The English FA Trophy, they actually won one of those? Wow. Southern League Premier Division and two Southern League Cups. Adequate junior coaching. We've got a 3-star facility. And we have rivals with Ipswich, Norwich, and Southend. Okay, don't know who any of those clubs are, but I hate them already. All right, here's our report. So, Dean Brill, 3 players can feature at goalkeeper, good depth. All right, we've got 3 good, really young prospects on the club. We've got $26,000 in the transfer budget. A lot of room in the payroll. With 195. I have set this, and I apologize. I mean, if I'm the one playing it, I got to understand what I'm talking about. So I have set this to dollars, American dollars, and annual salaries instead of weekly. Weekly salaries just freak me out. I look at them, I go, okay, what is that? Let's see. My wife's asking me if I want food on the way home. Cool. All right, so we've got some money there in budget. Lloyd Daly. Wow. All right. All kind of things going on. 3 players that can feature at right back. Dean Brill, an excellent goalkeeper. Sean Murray, a strong option in the central mid. And Chris Porter as a strong striker option. Not a lot of depth outside the first team, which probably to be expected at this level. And Doug Loft, not ideal strength for a left back. So we're probably needing to get a left back. We call that a fullback, left fullback in the States, but I can call that a left back because I know what it means. I know something. Don't stone me. All right, introductory advice. Recommendation, use the youth facilities. Okay, I can do that. All right, so this is new, these little check markies and things, but I was kind of going through, I kind of want to finish today. I know we're going to go a little long, but I want to get through today. And then, so you guys start kind of giving me some feedback because I'll post this up tonight. And then I'll probably wait a couple of days to see what kind of responses I get, and then I'll come in and I'll record my second episode, and I'll probably take it a little slow at first because I'll be wanting to see what kind of feedback comes in before I get too much into the video, into the recording of it. And like I said, if I get, as long as I'm getting some responses and some guidance, hey, I'll keep running with this because I really do want to learn the game. That's mainly what, as I said, honestly, from the heart, that's what this is about, is for you guys to help me learn how to play this darn game, because I know it's a great game, or at least a good game. I know there's a lot of complaints about it, but I know in the industry of sports simulators, this is considered the gold standard. and I want to be able to play it and understand it and do well at it. Not win every game, because that's not what it's about, although that's cool, but to actually be able to play it and know what you're doing and how to tweak things and make them work. All right, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to set these up in the squad. So I won't do that now. Okay, so we need a left back, and I do need evidently mid-center and attacking mid-center, so some midfield help. And looks like we might need some central defenders, center backs. I'm going to go ahead and scout these guys. All right, we'll do these in the squad screen. And ooh, he's on a free. All right. All right, so I guess they've already scouted these. Okay, they have. All right, I tell you what, I'm going to take a look at these guys, compare, because I haven't even looked at the squad. In fact, I tell you what, I'm going to try to do a second video tonight, so I may post 2 videos tonight, give you guys a few days to watch those, because I need to look at the squad, I need to see what we've got, and then, do I even need backs? And looks like they're already scouted. Let's click on him here. They're not. Okay, so thought there was a way. Thought there was a way to. Well, it looks like they've already placed him there. Now, according to this, he would be our 8th best center back. Do I really need that many? Yeah, I tell you what. Let's go ahead and put a break in right here, and then I can look at our squad next, and then we can determine exactly what we need to scout moving forward. Because I don't have a ton of money, it doesn't look like, so I don't want to waste it on just anybody that pops up. So guys, thanks for checking out the video. I do appreciate it. I hope you I hope a lot of FM fans at least come into the video and watch it. I'm not looking for this to be a full-blown tutorial, but maybe with the comments, if this works the way that I hope it does, maybe it could make a good tutorial type video for someone else in my position that's looking to get into the FM game moving forward, or bring in some people that, like me, had played it in the past and just said, hey, I don't get it and I can't figure this out. So certainly hope I get some feedback. We'll hopefully get a bunch of comments and look forward to that. But guys, thanks so much for your time. Thank you in advance for any help that you're willing to give in the video process here in the series. And we will see you in the next video. If you do like the video or think this is a great idea, please give it a thumbs up, because that helps me. Also helps other people find the video. If you have some FM friends, by all means, please send them over. The more voices, the merrier, to help me learn. And we will see you next time. Take care. Bye.